What's up, you beautiful people? I hope you are enjoying your Sunday so far. There was a time in my life where I felt very lost. On paper, I was very successful and I should have been happy, but I wasn't. Now, before we dive into this, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Carson. I started this channel basically as a way to let you know the mistakes and lessons I'm learning throughout my journey to hopefully ensure that you don't make those same mistakes and become the best version of yourself just a little bit faster. So, when I was about 18, I'd been doing YouTube for many years and I achieved a lot. I got my dream car, which was a Corvette. I had multiple rental properties. I had a pretty good net worth, and on paper, I was living the dream life. But for some odd reason, I did not feel happy. I did not feel fulfilled. And when I talk about happiness throughout this video, it's not just happiness, it's kind of all the positive emotions you see around life, fulfillment, purpose, so on and so forth. This kind of led me into a little bit of a spiral. When I was younger, let's say this finger right here is little me, I had these goals and these dreams, these aspirations. I might not have been fulfilled or happy yet, but I had hope. I had these goals and I'm like, okay, once I achieve those, then I'll probably be happy. But then I achieved those things. And that takes me over to this person, older me. And this me has achieved the things that I set out to achieve, but for some reason I still was not happy. But this side was much worse, because I'd achieved those things that I had hope would make me happy, but they didn't. And so now I'm sitting here with no idea or direction on where to go to find that happiness, and I am just stuck. Which is likely the spot that a lot of you are at right now, or maybe you're just feeling lost in general and you're still this person who's trying to grasp onto something that's going to make them happy. Take it from me, it won't. So back to the story. I get to this point and I feel no fulfillment, I don't feel happy, and I don't know what to do. And I'm probably in the same spot that a lot of you are in right now. I'm watching videos, trying to figure out, well, how can I get happy now? I'm talking to people, I'm doing research, and then I sit down and start journaling. I start writing out my thoughts, my feelings, where I'm at. And a word that kept popping up over and over is fulfillment. I don't feel fulfilled with what I'm doing. It might be making me successful in terms of monetary value, but it's not making me fulfilled. And so what I had to do is I had to work backwards. I had to say, okay, what would actually give me this sense of fulfillment? What do I do that gives me a little sliver of this fulfillment, and how could I duplicate that multiple times over? And so I thought, okay, I love making YouTube videos. It's awesome, but that only does so much for me. And then I thought, you know what? I love when people DM me and ask me questions and for advice on their life, specifically around making their lives a little bit better, health, fitness, things along those lines. So I thought, okay, how could I duplicate this on a much bigger scale? Which, years later, led me to creating Elevate, which is, for those of you who don't know, my self-improvement community where we help you transform your life in 90 days. That, to me, is fulfilling. And that gives me that sense of fulfillment and that joy that I was chasing that I didn't have originally. So the purpose of me making this video isn't to brag, being like, yeah, screw you guys, I got to that point I want to be at. No. It's to help you do that exact same thing. So I'm going to give you a super simple framework that you could leave this video with. I'm trying to keep this nice and short for you guys, so it's not a bunch of fluff and you can procrastinate even further, so that you can do this for yourself. So first things first, think about the things that make you fulfilled. What are the things that bring you that actual joy inside? Is it helping other people? Is it when you're able to finish a great project like a YouTube video, painting, whatever it might be? Once you have that thing that gives you some sort of fulfillment, figure out how you can duplicate that on a mass scale. This is going to be your version of success. When you look at yourself 80 years down the line, or when you're 80 years old, because some of you might be dead at that point, unfortunately, but when you're 80 years old, what are you going to look back on your life and say, I'm so happy I did this? And what are going to be the things that you say, why did I spend so much time on that? Then I want you to lean more into the things that I'm so happy I did this, or I wish I did this, and less away from, frick, why did I spend so much time on this? It is that simple. And as you start doing these things more and more, the things that you're right now believe that your 80-year-old self is going to look back on and be joyful about, the more and more you can lean into those items, the more you're going to be able to narrow down on the things, wow, this makes me very happy. Wow, this brings me this emotion. I do like this, I don't like this. And you can narrow more and more down on your purpose. Now, purpose is kind of the North Star about everything we talk about. It is the thing that you should be basing your entire life, your routine, so on and so forth around. So inside of Elevate Basecamp, which is my completely free community for all of you to join, I wrote down actually yesterday a full step-by-step guide on how to improve your life. It's completely free. It'll take probably about 5 minutes to read and you can start implementing it. So I'll put a link down in the description to this video. You can join Basecamp for free, read that post. We have a mini course inside of there as well that you could check out. That is going to be a good first step for any of you who are trying to improve your life, who want to get this feeling of unstuck, who are sick of feeling lost. Because trust me, I know it sucks. And you don't want to stay there any longer than you have to. So I basically created this as like, oh shoot, I wish I had access to this when I was in that same spot. So hopefully it helps. Check out that link if you'd like. Subscribe, and I'm posting a video every day for 30 days. So I'll see you tomorrow with yet another one. Peace.